Coming up this week on the County Line, we take you to the small town of Volant for this year's annual trout stocking event.
Also this week, we tell you how students at Westminster College help others over spring break.
The County Line
starts now.
Welcome to tonight's edition of the County Line. I'm Bradford Eric.
Good evening. I'm Ashley Bishop. Fishing season is right around the corner as we move into springtime. The local game federation stocked the Neshinnock stream with plenty of trout to the delight of area fishermen. The County Line's Courtney Crown takes us to Volant for this fishy festival.
Preseason trout stocking draws a huge crowd of young and old. The people gather to watch thousands of fish being put in the Neshinnock Creek in preparation for the spring fishing season. PA Game Commission Deputy Don Christie thinks the event is a great way to relieve the winter blues.
Well, you can see all the public here today. It's a kind of get rid of cabin fever, and the kids get to see all the fish on the truck. And we're talking thousands of fish here. You know, there's 6 trucks with several thousand fish on all the trucks. So it's a big day for this community here, and for us also.
Aside from bringing the community together, it is also a learning experience for everyone. Laurel Conservation Club advisor Ryan Shevitz says that about 6,000 trout are raised in the club's nursery. He explains why it is important to stock the stream prior to the season.
The amount of trout that we have throughout the state and local nurseries, it's best to get them out as soon as possible and lead up to that date. So it gives the trout a chance to adhere to the habitat that they're stocked in. So,
Youngstown resident Mario Chance describes himself as an avid fisher and explains another aspect of the importance of stocking in the preseason.
It's important because so everyone has plenty of fish to catch.
After being taken from the large trucks which they arrive in, the fish are transported throughout the stream in large barrels attached to the canoes. Shevitz tells how many trout can be packed into them.
The canoes hold about 200 apiece, and so that'll be 5 canoes, 1,000 fish here down the stream, and then they'll put another 300 right here around the fly shop here.
Shevitz also explains how important it is to watch that the trout do not get too stressed and die.
You got to pay attention to them, and we say that they get stressed, too warm, not enough oxygen flow, and when that happens, we get them to the streams and get them into the environment that they need to be into.
The Laurel Conservation Club receives the trout which they nurture to full size in late June and early July as fingerlings. All year they work to raise them into the size which can be put into the stream during this annual stocking event. After a long winter of watching television and playing video games, it's finally that time of year where kids can go out and become one with nature. For the County Line, I'm Courtney Crown.
Trout season officially begins on Saturday, April 16th at 8 a.m. The minimum size for taking trout is 7 inches. Remember, it is illegal to fish without a license in Pennsylvania.
The Volant Volunteer Fire Company fed over 1,000 hungry people March 5th at their annual Pancake and Sausage Fest. The volunteer firefighters put on the all-day breakfast during the trout stocking in the spring, in addition to holding the event in the fall as well. The event helps raise money for station utilities. The County Line's Hannah Puchkuski sampled the mouth-watering pancakes and found out how these brave men organized this delicious tradition.
The Volant Fire Station is full of excitement as hungry people, young and old, sit down to enjoy some delicious pancakes. The annual all-day Pancake and Sausage Fest has been feeding the mouths of fishermen and breakfast lovers for over 40 years. Volunteer Fire Assistant Chief President Jim McConnell says the volunteer firefighters put on the all-day fest to raise money for the station.
It goes for paying the bills like the lights, the electricity, the gas for the trucks, the insurance for the trucks.
The volunteer firefighters can't do it alone, though. Servers, cooks, and helpers vary whether they are students from Wilmington, future farmers of America, family members, or just community members willing to lend a helping hand. Wilmington students Zach McCluskey and Cody Holmes say they enjoy helping out for future farmers of America.
We roll up the silverware and we unload the dishes.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's actually pretty fun.
To feed the mouths of hundreds, the volunteers had to get to work before the all-day fest. McConnell says they had to start early to make sure the buckwheat pancakes are perfect.
Let it rise like bread. That's put yeast in it. We mix it up Wednesday night, the starter batch, and then we'll come down Friday night and mix the regular batch up.
Along with preparation, a lot of shopping for ingredients is done to make sure no one went hungry. The volunteer firefighters bring in 800 pounds of sausage, 20 gallons of applesauce, 40 pounds of buckwheat, 20 gallons of buttermilk, and at least 50 pounds of pancake mix. By the looks of those dining, the hard work is much appreciated.
They're delicious.
Neshannock Township resident Jack Nixon has been coming to the Pancake and Sausage Fest for the past 6 to 8 years. Nixon says he feels the volunteer firefighters are very necessary for the community.
One year I was here and they had a fire while we were eating. They all had to take off and go to the fire, but that isn't a problem today.
Nixon also states he likes to see old friends while still supporting the cause.
Have known a lot of these people in the past. Yes, I like to come to see them.
After serving close to 800 hungry pancake lovers by 1:30 p.m., McConnell predicts they'll make over a couple $1,000s.
We look forward to it. Everybody get to see all the community. Everybody comes down to support us. So.
To beat the chilly weather, the volunteer firefighters have found a way to warm your bellies with some delicious pancakes. They're pretty good. To the county line, I'm Hannah Puchkeski.
Coming up next on the County Line, I investigate the Genealogy Department of the Newcastle Public Library.
Stay tuned. More County Line on the way.
Hi, I'm Dan McDevitt, a father, a husband, Army retiree, and a student at Westminster College. It was nice finding a college so close to home with high academics, was going to put me in the job market right after graduation. If I was to tell another adult student why to come to Westminster, I'd tell them for the academics, the one-on-one personalization that they'll get with their instructor, the small classroom experience. I know with this college degree, it's going to open a lot of doors for me. My kids are supportive of me going back to college. When I get good grades, they're all happy. They're like, way to go, Dad.
The Newcastle Public Library holds a collection of over 120,000 books, magazines, and DVDs. In addition to this, they have another unique resource. They offer patrons the opportunity to track down their family history. Ever wonder if you're related to someone famous or if your family once owned a castle? I stopped by the Genealogy Department at the library to see if my family tree contains a long-lost king or queen. Let's take a look at what I found. Not all history detectives battle booby traps and angry gunmen. Some are just an average Joe sitting behind a desk. That's the case at the Newcastle Public Library. Meet Chris Fabian, a genealogy librarian and an investigator of sorts. Fabian explains the best place to begin searching for your family history is yourself.
You start with yourself. Then you go to your parents. Then you will go to your parents' parents, which will be your grandparents. Then you will go to your great-grandparents.
These are hundreds of books of family trees that other history detectives have left here at the Newcastle Public Library. They are resources that you can now use to track down your family history. In addition to the family trees, the library has an array of resources from microfilm.
This one we have the earliest newspaper in Newcastle, which was the Lawrence Journal.
Obituaries, and Ancestry.com.
And this is how they will get it.
The library offers a value when doing your search.
We have a Service fee of $5 for the first obituary, then $1 per each obituary after that.
The Genealogy Department is located on the second floor of the library building and includes area history along with state census records. You can visit the library on Monday from 2 to 8:30 p.m., Tuesday and Wednesday 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., Thursday 8:30 a.m. to 8:30 p.m., Friday from 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday from 8:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m.
Lawrence County has a new voice in the form of the Newcastle Lyric Opera. Volunteers and local opera experts form the professional company. The opera is headed by Westminster College music professor Ann Bentz. The County Line's Jeff Klein sat down with Ann Bentz to find out a little more about the Newcastle Lyric Opera.
The community get excited about having something of this caliber. We hope that the Newcastle Lyric Opera is going to be competitive with Pittsburgh and Cleveland. Although we are just starting out, we have great hopes and we have good connections, and we really look forward to inviting the community, the Lawrence County community and surrounding communities, to join us there for our performances. One of our goals is that the Newcastle Lyric Opera will provide, once we are established as a company, possibilities for student musicians, for student singers, on their way up the ladder to come and participate in a company that's located very closely to the college. Can also provide internships for people that are interested in staging and scenery and lighting and other kinds of things like this. We also hope to do outreach programs to the schools. We have collaborated with the Scottish Rite Cathedral. That's where these performances will be taking place, and they're very excited about having us come and perform there too. But we have been producing opera at the college since 2001, the conductor and I, and that's Opera Westminster, but now we are going to start this professional company. Prior to that, our conductor is a professional conductor in Europe, and I sang professionally, and we met over there, so we've been working together for close to 20 years, collaborating on opera.
Next on the County Line, we'll tell you how Westminster students are making a difference with Habitat for Humanity.
We also tell you how you can help out the Lawrence County United Way. Stay tuned.
Hands can do incredible things. Now they can even help save a life with hands-only CPR. If you see an adult suddenly collapse, just call 911, then push hard and fast in the center of the chest until help arrives. Learn more at handsonlycpr.org.
Many spring break students spend their break on a sunny beach or a luxurious cruise. But Westminster students spent their break assisting those who need homes and help building houses for Habitat for Humanity. However, some students don't need to go away for a week to make a difference. Students just need to give up a Saturday morning. The County Line's Matilde Maupin and Kayla Zoller team up with the students traveling across the state line into Mahoney County, Ohio, where they help create homes for local families.
Here's a little one. Maybe Mark will let you up there. Hey.
It's an early, cold Saturday morning in Mahoney County, Ohio, where dedicated college students are helping to build a house coming together one piece at a time.
My name's Hope Schrott. I'm a sophomore. I'm the Vice President of Habitat for Humanity on Westminster's campus.
Hope is part of a group of volunteers from Westminster getting up early, giving up a Saturday to help build a home for a local family in need.
Right now we have 25 students here on a Saturday working, which is pretty cool.
We've gotten to meet a lot of great people. It's a lot of fun, even though you get up early on a Saturday.
And you get to hang out with cool people.
Yeah,
Like us.
It turns out that helping to build this house is doing more than changing the lives of the members of the family. It's changing the lives of the volunteers.
No, I definitely think it's a good way to spend your weekend and take some time out to do philanthropy, so you're not so self-centered, you know? Because I think that's what happens in college. You get really narcissistic and you get caught up in your studies. It's good to break out.
Organizers stress you can volunteer without any experience. If you can't cut, hammer, or shingle, you can learn on the job.
I never touched siding at all, but now after like 4 years of doing it, I think I'm pretty good at it now. Yeah.
We have now taught other people how to do siding, so that has been really cool to somebody taught us the trade, and now we've been able to teach others.
Some people are concerned that they don't have any construction experience, but I think you can see, around the site once you get here that probably 90% of the people here don't have any experience. All we need is somebody who's willing and somebody who can be patient with themselves and with trying to learn to do something and come out and have fun.
Volunteers say volunteering and participating is a gift, and building this house has given hope to a deserving local family. And it's helped Hope Schrod understand how she can make a difference.
It's just such a cool thing that you're building a house for a family, and you're not only giving them a house, but you're giving them a family and the community that they can come home to.
I'm Kayla Zoller for the County Line.
Get up on that ladder. Okay.
Over 40 Westminster College students lent a helping hand to those less fortunate in North Carolina over spring break. Working for Habitat for Humanity, they traveled to 2 different areas of North Carolina. Half the students spent their time in Raleigh, with the second group working at Mount Airy. The diverse groups of students built homes, working 8-hour days with a minimum assistance.
Donations are down by almost $70,000 this year for the Lawrence County United Way. Organizers and volunteers say the weak economy means smaller donations from businesses and companies that were very generous in the past. The money from the United Way helps 18 area community service agencies, such as the American Red Cross, the City Rescue Mission, and the Lawrence County 4-H. Officials say these and other agencies will be forced to cut their budget if they don't get enough funding. The United Way's fundraising campaign is over at the end of the month.
Stay tuned to the County Line. Up next, we tell you about the area Lenten fish fries.
Also up next, we take you on the road to a local golf course. More County Line is on the way.
1952. As one of the nation's earliest coeducational colleges, our timeless mission of developing individuals intellectually, spiritually, and socially has helped Westminster become one of the country's top liberal arts colleges. Experience tradition, the Westminster way. The liberal arts work at Westminster College. Westminster graduates have a 96% placement rate. They have developed the skills needed to succeed in any field. That's what makes the liberal arts so powerful and flexible. Experience success, the Westminster way.
Remember, if there's ever an emergency, we meet here at the bottom of the driveway.
And I'll get the emergency disaster kit out of the kitchen.
Once we're all together, then we'll decide what to do.
But what about Fido?
What about Fido? The Lawrence County Humane Society reminds you to include your pets in your disaster planning. Make sure that your pets have identification tags that include your phone number. To find out more about how to protect your pets in a disaster, contact the Lawrence County Humane Society.
Every week, the County Line goes on the road around Lawrence County looking for fun activities. This week, we travel to the Borland Golf Center facility in New Wilmington. The center features over 3,000 yards of golf from the longest tees for a par of 36. The golf course at the Borland Center opened over 50 years ago and is managed by Enos Borowitz. The County Line's Corey Emanuel and David Nicholson tell us more about what you can find at the Borland Golf Center.
Hi, I'm David Nicholson.
And I'm Corey Emanuel.
This week, for On the Road, we take you to Borland's Golf Course in New Wilmington, Pennsylvania.
We got our suit jackets on and we're ready to go golfing.
We started our carts,
hit the trail,
put on our gloves,
and picked out our clubs.
It's drum and bass. What you gonna do?
So, we're halfway through now. I'm not doing so good. Neither is Dave. I don't know. I think we should just go home.
But we decided to give it another stroke.
Sounds like trees, Dave.
All the leaves mess with my vision. Can't even see the ball when I'm hitting it. Well, I didn't find my ball, but found these.
Even when we bunkered down, it was to no avail.
We headed to the pro shop to see if it was our equipment that was giving us problems.
This family-run golf course that is open year-round has everything any golfer could need.
Built in 1959, the par 3 is perfect for beginners or someone working on their short game, while the back 9 can prove to be much more difficult.
With competitive prices, Borland's golf course is a real hole-in-one. I'm Corey Manuel.
And I'm David Nicholson
for On the Road.
If your business or attraction wishes to be featured in our On the Road segment, contact us at the On the Road email on your screen.
With the season of Lent upon us, many area restaurants and churches are now offering fish dinners on Fridays. Lent is the 40 days prior to Easter, beginning with Ash Wednesday. During this time, many people fast on Fridays by not eating any meats as a representation of Jesus' 40 days fast in the wilderness. At St. Vitus Church in Newcastle, you can take out fish from 4 to 6 every Friday from now until April 22nd. Or if you would rather just eat in, St. James is catering a full fish meal from 4 until 7 up to April 15th. Do you have the voice of an angel? Coming up next, we'll tell you how it could help you win the Rocket of the Stars competition.
Stay tuned for more from the County Line.
Westminster College is great for working around my schedule. I'm April Stewart. I'm an empty nester. I work full-time and I also work part-time. Westminster College has a flexible schedule that allows me to choose. Going to college is not something that I always thought I would be able to do. The flexible schedule at Westminster College has really enabled me to pursue something that I thought would never be able to come true. And so this has been a lifelong dream of mine.
So nice out here.
Yeah, I used to come out here when I was a kid. Nothing.
No, I definitely heard something.
Look! Who's that?
Let's get out of here! What are you doing? Start the car!
Okay.
He's trying to act!
He does? I say! Come on, baby!
What's that doing?
Think history is a little scary? Then log on to loc.gov and see how much fun it can be. The Library of Congress at loc.gov.
If your dream is to sing your heart out in front of thousands of screaming fans, then here's your chance. The Rocket to the Stars annual singing competition. The grand prize for this year's contest includes travel and hotel accommodations, so the winner can attend the summer audition for Fox Television's reality talent show, American Idol. Audition locations and dates are March 25th at Westminster College, April 2nd at Slippery Rock University, April 9th at Sharon Area High School, and April 16th at Community College of Beaver County. The finals will be broadcast live on Froggy 95 from the annual Fireworks Festival in Newcastle on July 9th. American Idol and Rocket to the Stars are not affiliated.
Have you ever seen an Irish jig? Well, their opportunity is here. The annual Dance Theater Show will feature various dance styles like hip-hop, contemporary, Irish jig, tribal, and tap. I visited a recent dance practice and talked with co-president Chelsea Gallo about this year's show.
The Westminster campus has numerous student-run activities, but one of the most unique is dance theater. This activity has been around for numerous years and is completely student-run with all levels of dancers. The students choreograph and coordinate the annual Dance Theater Show. Junior co-president Chelsea Gallo explains the scope of student involvement with dance theater.
An organization for students of any dance level to come and take classes and be in dances and be in the performances. It's cool because the students do all the choreography and we teach the tech classes, and it's just a good way to meet people and dance and get some good exercise.
Each of the dances consists from 5 to 16 dancers, and the opener with all 80 members.
theater this year is a little different than we've done before. The theme is Feel the Rhythm, and I think our opener is a lot different than what we've done in the past.
This year's show will have 17 dance numbers, all different styles from Irish to hip-hop. Gallo explains that the members are grateful for dance theater here at Westminster.
Well, at a lot of other colleges, you can't participate in dance shows or do dance or theater if you are not a major or a minor. And Westminster doesn't have a minor, which is kind of sad because I know there are a lot of students that would like to minor in it. But with this program, it gives the opportunity for any students of any dance level to continue taking dance classes and to continue dancing all through college.
Although disco may have died, the dancing on the Westminster campus has not died yet.
Manners charm, they're no way to impress. So forget
The Dance Theater Show occurs March 31st to April 2nd. The show is on March 31st and April 1st start at 8 p.m. and the April 2nd show starts at 2 p.m. Tickets are sold at the door and range from $1 up to $7.
Your used coat can go to a good cause this spring instead of back into that cramped closet. Westminster College's Alpha Phi Omega will hold a drive for gently used coats from March 27th through April 3rd. Donated coats will go to the Franklin Center of Beaver County and the House of Prayer Lutheran Church in Aliquippa. Boxes for donations can be found in dormitory lobbies, the McKelvey Campus Center, and the chapel. Also, in New Wilmington, people can donate at the Boutique and the Silk Road. Alpha Phi Omega will accept men's, women's, and children's coats.
Lawrence County Commissioners are up for re-election this year. Commissioner Dan Vogler seeks the Republican nomination in the May primary for his third term. Democratic Commissioner Steve Craig and Richard de Blasio also seek another term. Craig was elected in 2003 and de Blasio in 2007.
Have you ever been to a Beatles concert? Well, now you have the opportunity. 1964, The Tribute takes the audience on a musical journey to a classic rock era. This Beatles tribute band recreates an early 60s live concert with instruments, clothing, and onstage banter from the period. The event is sponsored by the Celebrity Series and occurs on April 15th. For ticket information, contact the Celebrity Series office.
That's the news for tonight. We will be back for another week edition of The County Line.
Be sure to check WCN247.com for your latest campus and community news with audio, video, and images. Good night.
Have a good night.